Hello and welcome to a brand new video. In this video we will be looking ahead to Monday night's clash between Manchester United and Wolves. So without further ado, let's roll those credits and let's jump in to some footy action. So, as I said there in the title a moment or two ago, we will be discussing the game between Manchester United and Wolves. But before we jump into that, I want to talk about United-Chelsea. What a great game of football. Chelsea played well. They had a lot more chances than we did. However, we did put our goals away. I thought we were better in the second half compared to the first half. And that will show in my team selection, which I have all ready to go just down there. I was very impressed by the way Harry Maguire played. I mean, considering he'd only been with the lads probably about 3 days, and he was already starting for United. Wan-Bissaka's played well all through pre-season. He played well. He played well on Sunday of last week, not this week, obviously. Dan James, what a player, what a guy, I don't think, other than the midfield, I think that's where we were lacking. That's why Chelsea were able to control the game better than we were, because they've got a better midfield than we've got. I mean, Pogba didn't play his best, but did get 2 assists, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, Pogba's so amazing." What? Because he got 2 assists? I mean, he played all right. He wasn't great. It was all right, and yeah, he got 2 assists. My dead gran could probably get 2 assists. You know. He put the ball over the top and passed to James. It's not really what 2 moments out of a 90-minute game, can't justify him playing amazingly, and a lot of people have said that. A lot of pundits have said that, and I've read bits and pieces that he played really well. He didn't play really well. He had two assists, and that's it. I'm not hating on Pogba. Please don't think I'm hating on Pogba, because I'm not. I would just like to see him improve and be a bit better than he was last season, because he was very inconsistent. So I'm hoping that we keep him, because if we don't keep him, we've got trash in our midfield. We needed to invest in a midfielder in the transfer window. We just did, and I don't know why they didn't bother. I really don't. But let's not get bogged down with who didn't buy who for what, where, and when. We were outplayed in the middle of the park because we are lacking another quality midfielder. I mean, Scott McTominay played well, and he's got a lot of learning to do. Pereira was okay. I wouldn't say he was great. He was okay, and like I said, Pogba, it was all right. 2 assists. It was all right. I mean, if I had to give Pogba out of 10, I'd probably give him a 7. I think that's a legit. I mean, the 7's mainly. I mean, if he didn't get the assists, he'd probably would have had a 5. Standard. And that's not quite good enough at United. Anyway. We're not here to talk about Chelsea, we're here to talk about Manchester United versus Wolverhampton Wanderers on Monday the 19th of August 2099 at Molineux. Now, I have created a lineup, which we will have a look at in a moment. And this is what I think Ollie will pick. These are the players I think Ollie will pick. Based on the performance on Sunday against Chelsea and going into the new game, this is the starting 11 that I think he'll pick. So we have David De Gea in goal, and I think he'll be captain. And then from right to left we'll have Wan-Bissaka on the right, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw, because I thought that back 5 was it was tight. It was good on Sunday. It was really good. And then moving up the field, we'll have McTominay in a more deeper position, but I think Pogba will actually probably play there in a more deeper role like he did against Chelsea on Sunday. And then Pereira on the right hand side. Not that I would have Pereira on the right hand side, I'd probably put Lingard in there, but this is the team I think Ollie will pick, not the team I'm picking. If I was the manager, I wouldn't have picked, I wouldn't have put Pereira there. I'd probably put Lingard in there, or I would have put Lingard in a more central position, like in front of McTominay, so that you've got like a diamond up front of 4 attacking players. And then Pogba on the left hand side. Again, this is what I think Ollie will do. But thinking about it now, I think he'll probably drop him back in a more deeper position so that he can actually come backwards like he did against Chelsea, get the ball and move forwards. So that's what I think might happen there. And then from right to left, our strike force, we'll have Daniel James on the right hand side. I think he'll be picked over Lingard because of the goal, how well he took the goal and how well he played when he did come on. So I think that's one of the reasons why Daniel James I think will be picked tomorrow. Martial on the right and Rashford down the middle. Although saying that, it could be Rashford on the left, sorry, not the right. Rashford on the left and Martial through the middle. But then again, it could be, Daniel James on the left, Martial on the right, or Dan James on the left, Martial through the middle, Rashford on the right. It's interchangeable, which is something we didn't have before. When we had Mourinho, the front line wasn't interchangeable. They weren't, they weren't, playing all over the front. They were playing in only their positions, which I think if they had been playing over the front, we may have got a few more results, because you can whack Martial on the left, but he's going to get more chances if he's playing through the middle. And you could put Rashford on the right-hand side or the left-hand side, but again, he'll get more chances through the middle. Don't get me wrong, he can cut inside, and so can Martial. He can cut inside and, whip the ball in, top corner. But we didn't see it enough toward the back end of last season. Now, watching pre-season, and obviously the Chelsea game, our front line is interchangeable, because one player can play in one position, and then when that player's playing in that position, another player can play in their position, and vice versa and whatnot. So that's what I think will happen there. Looking at our subs, we've got to have Sergio Romero. He's the world's best backup. Axel Tuanzebe, I think will be picked as a sub, because you're not going to drop Lindelof or Maguire. And Tuanzebe is a bloody good defender, a really, really good defender. But I don't think you're going to drop Lindelof or Maguire unless one of them gets injured. You ain't dropping either. And then Ashley Young, I've put him in there because he's one of the more senior players, and I think having him in the dressing room on a match day is only going to improve the younger players, along with Maguire. I think he's going to be quite a vocal person in the dressing room, as well as Mata, Paul Pogba. David De Gea strikes me as a leader, but I don't know. I just find him a bit quiet. He seems just a bit quiet. But that's the vibe I'm getting. Maybe when he's in the dressing room, he's battering them, verbally, of course. Then we've got Fred, because I think Fred needs to start playing and get some game time under his belt. You could put him on for Pereira. You could even put him on for Pogba and put Pogba where Pereira's playing, or if Pogba is playing a more deeper role and McTominay's there, you could put Fred on for. Thing is, you could, any one of those midfield three, you could put Fred on for. You really could. But I think if anything, if he does, he'll do it for Pereira, and not for Pogba. And then you got Juan Mata, who's more. He's more of a number 10. He likes to play behind the number 10, So he likes to play where I've got my midfield three and my front three. He likes to play pretty much in the middle of where they are. So that's. I wouldn't put him on the right or the left. I would probably put him through the middle. Then Jesse Lingard, because I thought Jesse Lingard played relatively well I didn't think he played badly. Could have played a bit better, but still put in a good performance. And obviously Mason Greenwood. I think he's gonna, I think he's gonna be a bit like Daniel James. He's not gonna start every game. He'll come on as a sub. Same as Dan James. He's not going to play every game, but they will start games. So I think Ollie will go with James up front. I mean, from last week's my last lineup last week, I did get it wrong because I had Pereira on the bench. Where James is now, I had Mason Greenwood, and where Pereira is, I had Lingard. Lingard did play, Mason Greenwood didn't play, and Pereira played in the position he's playing there. So I only got 2 players wrong from the starting 11. But I mean, that back 5 picks itself. You don't need to tell those players, by the way you'll play today, because it picks them. They pick themselves. The midfield, we haven't exactly got world-class players in our midfield. So again, that kind of picks itself, but for the wrong reasons, because we haven't got quality. We really haven't. And I haven't put static Matic in my squad at all. I think if anything, he'll probably play, cup games. I don't think he's going to play many Premier League games. He will start, but he won't start them all. I think, he's past his sell-by, at United. But that, like I said, that back 5 picks itself. The midfield picks itself mainly because we've only got 5 midfielders: Pogba, McTominay, Pereira, Matic, and somebody else. Yeah, Pogba, McTominay, Pereira, Fred, static. There we are, Fred, and static Matic. So it's not like we've got an abundance of players, and out of those 5, the 3 best, are in that entire squad, or the 4 best are in the entire squad: Pogba, McTominay, Pereira, and Fred. I'm sorry, but Matic, I've got nothing against him as a person. He's probably really, really nice, but I just don't see him in my squad at all. I don't really want Mata in there because he is getting on, bless him, but he's still a good player. He's not as good as he used to be, but he's still a good player. And then the front, we've got what, 6 players that can play up top. That includes Lingard, Mason Greenwood. Chong's more of a midfielder actually, so yeah, no, I'll take that back actually. But then again, saying that, you could play one of the young boys in the midfield. You could put Garner in instead of McTominay. Or you could, play Garner for Pereira. You could put Chong in there. Play Angel Gomez in James's or Martial's position. So I mean, we do have players, but I do feel like we still need to invest. I really do, because buying a right back, a central midfielder, and a left winger, effectively, you're still not addressing the issue and the elephant in the room, which is the midfield. Because I mean, if we keep Pogba, he's only going to stay for one more season. Then he'll be off to Real Madrid. That is it. He won't be staying, for 2, 3, 4 seasons more. He'll stay for 1 season if we can keep him, and then he'll be gone. And then we're going to be a 3rd midfielder down because we haven't replaced. We haven't replaced Ander Herrera. We haven't replaced Marouane Fellaini. So those 2 positions right there need to be replaced. And then if Pogba goes next season, which I think he will do, I think he'll stay for 1 more season and then go next season. If he goes, that's 3 midfield positions we then have to fill. So I don't understand why we didn't buy another midfielder. I mean, I on Twitter, I posted. I think it was on Twitter that I posted it, or was it on Instagram? Let me check. Right, no, it's not on here. But there's my picture of me about Dan James's medical on Instagram. No, it wasn't on here. Apparently, Isco for Real Madrid. The reason United didn't go for him is because he's got a big head. Yeah, a big head. It's too big for his body, apparently. That was one stupid ass story that I heard. Another story was the reason I didn't go for Bruno Fernandes is because he loses the ball. But the guy's still young. He can still learn. He can still get better. He scored 40 plus goals last season. I'm sorry, but we needed him, and they didn't deliver. So we are really, really, stretched in the midfield because we just don't have the players. We really don't have the players. Going on to my prediction for tomorrow, it's going to be a tough game actually, because Wolves, especially at home, are a really good side. I mean, they were lucky not to get a win on the opening game. I think the goal was VAR'd out, so they said no. Same as Man City yesterday had a goal disallowed, so it ended 2-2 with Tottenham. But no, Wolves are a very good side. They've got some very good players. They play, really compact at the back, so it's going to be hard to break them down when we're going forward. But then we've got to be compact when they're going forward. So it is going to be a tough game. It is going to be very hard. A part of me wants to say that it'll be a draw, like a 1-1 draw or a 2-2 or something like that. But obviously, I want United to win because we beat Chelsea 4-0. So for that reason, I'm going to say that it's going to be 2-0 to United. But I don't know, I just feel like it's going to be a draw. I'm going to say 2-0 to United. That's my prediction for tomorrow. That is my prediction for tomorrow. So anyway, what is your predictions for tomorrow? What do you think of the lineup that I've chosen? That I think Ollie will piss off Fly will pick. Yeah, drop a comment in the comment section below. I really want to know what you think. What squad you would have picked if you were the current manager of Manchester United. I think the squad that I think Ollie will pick is a strong squad. There's definitely some talent within that squad. We've got a good back five. Questionable about our midfield, but our strike force up front is pretty damn good as well. We're not the strongest team. We haven't by any means in the Premier League. But I don't know. I think they might surprise us. We've got Alexis Sanchez coming back as well, so that's another striker. And I like Sanchez. I make no. I don't hide that fact. I like Ashley Young. Again, I don't hide that fact. But that's my own personal opinion. I like ketchup. Some of you may not. But again, that's my own opinion. It's what I like. And I do like Sanchez. Yes, it's been a long day, very busy. Haven't stopped all day. And it's about 1,000 degrees as well again, and it's raining and it's cloudy and it looks beautiful outside. It doesn't. No. But if you have enjoyed the video, please give it a big fat thumbs up. Please also hit the subscribe button and the little bell, ding, and you will be notified then of when I upload a new video. This will become a weekly thing where I will be a day or two before the game. I will be doing a look ahead at the game. Although saying that, there are some weekends when I won't be able to do it, but I'll try and get that done in the week before that weekend. Slow down, bruv. Anyway, so if you enjoyed the video, give it a big fat thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell notification to be notified of when I upload a new video. And thank you ever so kindly for watching. And also drop a comment in the comment section below. Peace.